Hello everyone, and welcome to the installation and maintenance guide for the SocialWall version 2 system. So first, in order to install the system, there's some necessary software that you need to have in your development computer. The first one is the Sencha Touch framework. That's basically the framework that was used to build the SocialWall project, so we need to download that from Sencha. So you just copy this link and press the download button, and it should download onto your computer. Next, you're going to want to download the Java runtime environment. We need Java because the Sencha command uh, software it was run on was built actually on Java, so it needs Java to run. And simply go to this URL and download the latest Java runtime environment. You're also going to need Ruby, which is used by Sencha for to use the SAS integration. So you have to install Ruby for Sencha to work. Um, for Mac users, you already have Ruby installed. For Windows users, just simply go to rubyinstaller.org and download the rubyinstaller.exe file and run it. The next thing you're going to need is Sencha command. So Sencha command is the command line interface for Sencha. It allows you to run commands like building the project, running it on an emulator, etc. So simply go to this URL here, and it should have a download button to download Sencha command, download it on your system. And it should give you a global Sencha object that you can call on your terminal, and that's where you can run all your Sencha commands. Also, you're going to need Node.js and NPM. So Node.js, we're going to use that to install Cordova. So you simply go to this website and download Node.js. It'll already know which system you're running on. So it'll simply have the download link for your system, whether it's Windows or Mac. You're going to need also Cordova. So we can install it using npm. So you can just simply type npm install -g Cordova, and that'll install Cordova globally on your system. And Cordova is used to package the Sencha Touch app so that we can run it on a mobile device. So Xcode, we're going to need Xcode to build the project and run it on an emulator or run it on the simulator. And actually, Sencha uses the Xcode build tools to build your application for you. So you need Xcode. Just simply go to the App Store and search for Xcode, and you can download it from there. So next up, we're going to need the actual code for the SocialWall system. So simply go to GitHub, and under the FIU SCIS Senior Project 2015 folder, go to the SocialWall version 2 project. And there's two ways you can get this code. You can go to this link over here and clone the repository from your command line, or simply download the zip file for the entire project. So once you do that, you'll be given a folder that looks a lot like this one here. So here in the code folder is where all the source code and the executable code is stored in this for this SocialWall system. So we can go in here, and we can see that there's two main folders in this directory. There's the website folder where we have all the website code for the receiver application that is run on the Chromecast device. And in the mobile application folder, we have all the code used for the mobile application, the iOS application of the project. So to set up the website, simply go into website, All the code is actually in the final receiver folder in the app folder. So go into the final receiver, and the two main objects or files that we're interested in is the index.html file and the scripts directory. So the index.html file is the HTML file for the receiver application, and the scripts folder has all of the JavaScript files that the receiver application uses. So if we go in here, we can actually see the controllers, the various objects, the carousel object, factories used by the receiver application. So if you want to set up the web receiver or the Chromecast receiver, you simply copy these two into the root directory of your server, and that's all you need to set up the website project. So for the mobile application, you're going to want to go into the mobile application folder to see all the code. So inside the senior project app folder, you will actually see the Essentia Touch project. So the Essentia Touch project is made up of the app folder, the build folder, Cordova folder, resources, and touch folder. The two main folders we're interested in here is the app folder and the Cordova folder. So the app folder essentially has all the code for the Essentia project, all the views, controllers, models. So here's where you would actually go and code a change if you want to change something for the project, for the application. Inside the Cordova folder is actually where all the iOS specific projects, the iOS specific project is located. So if we go in here, and inside the platforms folder, you'll see an iOS folder, and in here we see all the necessary files to run the iOS project. The main one we should be concerned of here is the slideshow.xcode proj folder, or actually file. This is the Xcode file that Xcode can open, and where you can run the application, the mobile application, on the simulator or on a device. So open that file up in Xcode, and it should look something like this. So the main thing here to set up the iOS project in Xcode, you're going to need the connect SDK.xcode project file. So when you download it from when you downloaded the source code from GitHub, you weren't able to download these connect SDK.xcode project. This is a local link. So first, to get this, you're going to want to go to the connect SDK -iOS GitHub, which is under the connect SDK GitHub. So this is the actual project for the iOS platform. So the social wall uses the connect SDK framework in order to communicate with Chromecast devices. As you can see, we can actually communicate with all these different devices, but for this application we're only interested in the Chromecast device. So back here again, you're going to want to get this code. So again, we could clone the repository using this link in your terminal, or download the zip file for the GitHub project. And after we do this, we will end up with a folder that looks a lot like this one, the connect SDK-iOS folder. And in here you will actually see the connect SDK.xcode project that I had in my Xcode. So you would just simply drag this file right where it should be under the slideshow, uh, the slideshow file. And also, you're going to want to need the Google Cast framework, the Google Cast iOS framework actually. This is the framework that Google provides to allow iOS devices to connect to the Chromecast and to detect Chromecast devices. So in order to have this framework file, we're going to need to go to the the developers.google.com cast docs iOS sender website, and simply scroll down to where it says library, and you're going to click download the Google Cast iOS sender library. And once you download that, again, you will receive this framework file or folder, and just simply drag that into the frameworks section of the Connect SDK.xcode project. As you can see, I already have it in my frameworks folder. You're also going to want to download that into the frameworks folder of the entire application down here. You can see I already have it. And now we need to set up Xcode to make sure it uses the Connect SDK, all the libraries, and the Google Cast libraries. So we're going to want to go to the slideshow up top here, and under the build phases tab, make sure under the target dependencies that we have the Connect SDK and the Cordova lib dependencies, and also in the link with binaries section, make sure you have the libconnectSDK.a, libz.dylib, the media accessibility framework, and the libqcore.dylib. So after you've done all this, the system should be correctly configured in your Xcode, and you can simply press this play button to build and run your the actual social wall on the emulator, or if you have a device connected on the actual iOS device. So let's do that right now. So as you can see, the build has succeeded, and it actually opened the iOS simulator, and it is running the social wall on this simulator. So okay, so now that you've gotten the application to build, let me show you how you can make a change to the application and then actually see the change that you've made. So first, here we have our terminal, and I am in the senior project app folder. This is again where the Sencha Touch app is located, and in this folder we can type in Sencha commands using the Sencha command software that we downloaded earlier. So we can type Sencha, and we should see a list of options because it is a global object installed on our system. And there we go, we see actual Sencha command version 5. So let's clear this, and once you make a change to the application, say you add a new page or you change some functionality, in order for you to actually see the change when you build the application and run it on Xcode, you need to type in Sencha app build native, and running this command builds the native iOS application and updates the Xcode project. So I press enter. We can see that it's starting to build, and once this builds successfully, everything should be the new changes should be able to be seen in Xcode the next time you run it in Xcode. So that's it. That's all for the installation guide and maintenance. Thank you guys for watching this video.